For all the bad plays you see on a day-to-day basis, it's hard to find instances of managers directly calling out players publicly for them, especially in the modern era. Skippers usually prefer to keep that in-house as of today, being as the media landscape is what it is. This is even more true when you're playing in a place like Los Angeles, one of the biggest markets in the entire country. But Dave Roberts just departed from this mentality yesterday when he indeed criticized his veteran outfielder Teoscar Hernandez, who wasn't able to make two separate plays in the same game that ended up costing his team runs, with the second one being outright game losing. Facing the 36 and 88 Colorado Rockies, Hernandez's first impact to this game in a negative way came in the bottom of the third inning, when with nobody out and a guy on first with a 2-0 lead, Brenton Doyle popped this ball to shallow right field. Hernandez came racing in before pulling up at the last second, putting runners in the corners with nobody out. That's not a play that's outright routine, but considering that its exit velocity was just 69 miles an hour and it traveled over 230 feet on the fly, you do generally expect that to be caught. And Colorado would indeed capitalize shortly after when Ryan Ritter grounded a ball to right field, scoring 2 runs and tying things up at the time. But in the 6th inning, LA would manage to get the lead back on an RBI double from Alex Freeland. But this wouldn't last very long, as in the bottom of the 7th, Ezequiel Tovar, who's absolutely destroyed Yamamoto in his career, crushed a game-tying home run to center field. This brings us to the bottom of the 9th, again with Ezequiel at the plate, yielding a decidedly less powerful result when he popped a ball to shallow right field, which Teoscar got a horrible break on, which ended up causing him to see the ball go off his mitt. And then, because he didn't hustle after it immediately after, Tovar would actually get to second as the potential game-winning run. And in case you think I'm being a little hard on him, the expected batting average on this ball was just .060, as it was hit at 77.3 miles per hour off the bat, and again traveled around 230 feet. This would indeed prove to be huge, when just 2 pitches later, Warming Bernabel would ground a fastball into center field, officially giving the Rockies a walk-off victory, and preventing Los Angeles from gaining a game on the Padres, who would lose in their separate contest. All of this would not sit very well with Dave Roberts, who had this to say after the game concluded.
You know, we should have won that game. I didn't look at the replay. It was up in the air a long time. You know, I felt he had a chance to get it. It got off his glove, and fortunately we didn't come up with the play. Yeah, that's just a tough one. I mean, he does. He's got to get better out there. And there's just no way to put it.
That's pretty harsh, but overall, in my opinion, accurate criticism from Dave. As on the year so far, Teoscar has been one of the worst outfielders in the sport, being tied for 3rd worst overall among all outfielders in fielding run value at -9. Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.